Beautiful day at Pennington Place. I've got a little mess going on here, but it's all for a good cause. This is sweet potatoes. I boiled them for about 10 minutes and I've peeled them and I've got them all diced up. I am going to put them in my jars. My brine, let me stir this up a little bit. My brine is just a light syrup, and I put cinnamon in because I like cinnamon. The next batch will be without cinnamon because I like them both actually. My brine is just like 4 cups of water with a half a cup of sugar. It's a very light syrup, and then just a few shakes of cinnamon, and obviously this is more than that. I've made several batches here because I want to make sure I have enough light syrup to put on my sweet potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and get these in the jars and start getting the syrup on them so that I can get them canned. Canner is on the stove. It's getting all ready, so we'll be up to speed in a moment. Okay, so from about 10 sweet potatoes, average size, not huge, not small, getting them ready, I've got 2 quarts and 3 pints, which I do both because when it's just Michael and I for a normal meal, this is what he and I will eat. If it's a holiday meal with kids and people over, then I'll use a larger one, sometimes 2, depending on how many people are coming. So I like to have different sizes for whatever meal I'm going to be planning. So I'm going to go ahead and get the light syrup on these and get the lids on. Okay, I've got my light syrup in. I've got the lids on, a little warm. I'm going to get them in the canner. It's supposed to be 10 pounds of pressure. Pints are supposed to go for an hour and 5 minutes. Quarts an hour and 35 minutes according to my ball book that was my grandmother's. That's what I always use. So when I do batches like this where I mix sizes, I just go with the longest, and I haven't had a problem with the others. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it at an hour and 35 minutes on 10 pounds of pressure, and then we'll be done with these. So I've got my sweet potatoes finishing up. We've got about 30 more minutes to go on the canning process. This is my chicken I'm going to can today. We butchered 8 chickens the other day, and I saved some out to fry, and this I just boiled till it was like 2/3 done. I boiled it. I've saved the broth. I've picked all the chicken off the bones, and I'm going to put them in the jars, and once the sweet potatoes are done, we're going to get our chicken done. Any broth that I have left that I don't put in with the chicken is also going to get canned so that we have chicken broth for when I make my stuffings and things like that, or my soup. So once the sweet potatoes are done, we're going to get these jarred up and get these going. Okay, so sweet potatoes are done. 2 quarts, 3 pints. They went for an hour and 35 minutes. So now I'm getting the canner ready, and we are going to do 3 quarts of chicken meat. When I do my chicken, I boil it till it's 2/3 cooked, and then I debone it. Once it's cooled enough for me, then the broth I have, I heat it back up till it's boiling. Then I add broth and a teaspoon of salt to each quart. I ended up with 3 quarts of chicken meat, and I do not pack it tight. I put it in loose. I push it down, but I don't shove it down and do a tight pack. I like it a little looser. Then I had 2 quarts of chicken broth left that I'm going to can. Your chicken broth, I guess it just depends how much you have according to how much you put in to boil your chicken. If you just barely cover your chicken, you're going to have probably a quart left to can, and the rest will be to go over your chicken when you can it. But if you do a little bit more, then you'll get, maybe an inch over your chicken, then you'll get another quart. So it just depends on how much you want to can and how dilute you want it to be. I like it half and half. I don't like it real dilute, but I don't like it real concentrated either, because then you have a lot of fat in it, especially when you process your own chickens. The fat's different than if you buy chicken at the store. The coloring, it's a lot more yellow. It's you get more fat content anyway. So I'm going to get these in, and they're going to go, I think the book said an hour and 30 minutes, the old ball book that was my grandmother's. So I'm going to get them processing at 10 pounds of pressure, hour and 30 minutes. Well, we're all done. The chicken's finished. The broth is done. Sweet potatoes are done. It doesn't look like much, but this is an entire afternoon's work. And this will get us through several meals during winter time. So, hope you enjoyed your afternoon with me. Have a beautiful day. Talk to you later. God bless.